Trigger warning. Ghosts, ghouls, and gruesome stuff ahead. It's weird, it's dark, it's your kind of vibe.
Welcome to Haunted and Homicidal, the podcast where true crime meets the paranormal. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Courtney. Every week we uncover the terrifying, the twisted, and the totally unexplainable. Lock your doors and grab your sage.
Because things are about to get haunted and homicidal. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode.
What's up?
I wanted to talk to you guys about the witchcraft fair, Gothic fair that we are going to be attending in October.
Cramps.
It is October 18th and 19th in the New Orleans area. It's in Westwego, Wendigo, whatever. Tickets are available now at grimoireacademy.com. Tickets were cheap when we bought them. They were $4 a piece.
$4.
I think they're normally like 24.
24, I think I said.
Yeah. So we're going to be there on the 18th, which is a Saturday, because we record on Sundays. So Courtney is getting medicine right now. That's what you're hearing.
Sorry, I'm cramping.
I don't even take anything for cramps because it doesn't work. But I wanted to bring that up since this is going to be around the time. I think, let me check my schedule. Uh-oh. This comes out at the end of August. So that gives you enough time to get your tickets and, you know, maybe do like a little meet and greet or something if you guys are interested. If not, that is perfectly cool too.
Because we'll have shirts on, won't we?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I think I'm going to get my my husband's cousin to do them.
Okay.
She lives like way north Mississippi, but I can like ship everything to her. She thinks she's got like a vinyl.
Oh wait, I guess if my sister-in-law can do it,
we can ask her and see how much she charges.
She's got a Cricut because she did our military shirts, family shirts.
So
For me,
yeah, but that's what's happening this week. Well, I mean, the thing's not happening till October, but it's happening. Okay, I guess we'll get into our stories for now.
Dun, dun, dun. So I have the Bell Witch Cave.
Ooh, I love witches.
Woo-hoo-hoo. The Bell Witch is an American legend centered on the 19th century Bell family of Northwest Robertson County, Tennessee.
Okay.
So the Bell family moved from North Carolina to Robertson County, Tennessee, where they bought 320 acres of farmland along the Red River for their 9 children.
That's a lot of land and also way too many kids. Why do all of our stories have like a shit ton of kids?
Because they getting busy in this time.
And we do a lot of old stories, yeah.
They need all the farm hands they can get.
Well, yeah, okay.
Instead of workers, they got children.
Okay.
Yeah.
Child labor laws exist for a reason now.
They lived a peaceful life for 13 years until 1817.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
They quickly rose to prominence within the community and found success in the farming community until 1817.
Okay.
So, the grudge that pretty much started it all, well, that they believe started it all.
Okay.
So, because I know the Bell Witch Cave, but this part, like, I did not know.
Yeah, I know some of, like, I've seen other stories.
Yeah, so this part, I didn't, like, all the stuff that I'm about to say, I did not know about the Bell.
Okay, so we're going to get educated today.
Yes. So, an issue between John and a member of one of the families he traveled with would put him in a questionable light and probably be the reason everything starts.
Okay.
So, Frederick Batts had also made the trek to North Carolina with his family, but he suffered a terrible accident while working on his farm.
Oh.
John Bell purchased a large portion of his land, and then, so little did they know that this would set off a deadly feud.
Okay, so John Bell purchased Frederick's land when he got sick or died. Did he die?
He didn't die. He just had an accident.
Okay, so he purchased Frederick's land when he got ill.
To give him some money to help him out.
Okay, so he did it out of kindness. Okay. Well, maybe.
He did it out of kindness, but
okay.
That's not how his wife thought.
That's not what?
How his wife thought.
Whose wife?
Bats.
Oh, a bitch always has something to say. Okay.
Allegedly, he purchased the land for much less and took advantage of the hardships the bats were facing.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Frederick's wife, Kate, was oh my God.
Particularly?
Yes.
Okay, try that again.
Nope. Disgusted by John's audacity and swore she would make the Bell family pay.
Okay.
So that one part I kind of knew. This part I did not know at all. So John Bell reportedly purchased a young enslaved girl from Benjamin Batts, Frederick's brother. After the sale was finalized, Bell had a change of heart. He believed the girl was too young to go to work on her own and that she should remain with her mother until she was a bit older.
Okay.
So a few years later, when she was old enough to work, he tried to go retrieve her. And Batts decided that she was worth more than what Bell had initially paid.
Okay.
I know. Bell was adamant that he had already purchased her, and to him, she was now his property. If Batts wanted her back, he would have to repurchase her. Bell sold the poor girl back to Batts for much more than what he paid, and once again profited from the situation.
Oh. Okay.
So Batts filed a lawsuit against Bell for extortion, and given it was the 1800s, the communication was delayed, and Bell never showed up to court because they didn't tell him in time. And since he was absent, the court sided with Batts.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Which I think is a little unfair because it's like, if you know communication's delayed,
yeah,
like, give the man some time.
They should have had like a process server deliver it, but I don't know if process servers were a thing back then.
Probably not. And the verdict reached the townspeople and eventually the church, who Bell was an integral member and was promptly excommunicated, which meant the devil could now easily enter his home.
Oh my God. But I thought the devil entered through the mouth while you were eating.
Well, now they can enter into your home if you get booted out from the church.
Oh, okay. So we have no clue how demons actually enter. Got it.
Yeah. And Bell became despised by the community for his manipulative and cold dealings. But the Batts weren't really well liked either. And Kate, who was Frederick's wife, was known for her loud, pushy demeanor, and no one wanted to be around her.
That's me. I'm loud and pushy. That's me. Okay.
On top of that, her eccentric displays in church led people to believe that she was practicing witchcraft.
Also me. Got it. I'm Kate. Okay.
Yeah, you're Kate in the story.
Yeah.
The situation escalated quickly, and the story of a typical family feud takes an even darker turn in 1817.
Okay.
So John Bell was hunting when he came across a strange animal prowling outside his house. He described what looked like a large black-haired beast, a crossbreed between a dog and a rabbit.
So he saw a bear.
It could be a bear, yeah.
It's a bear.
It's a bear.
It's a fucking bear.
Terrified, he shot at the creature, but a second glance revealed there was nothing there. No traces of blood, no paw prints, nothing.
So he was on morphine.
Zip, nothing.
Okay.
And then they started hearing noises, stones being thrown at the house, knocking on the roof and inside the walls.
Oh,
and then the faint knocking eventually turned into loud banging and the sound of rattling chains.
It's a good thing I saged my entire house yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Oh, is that why it feels a little
lighter in here?
Light up in this house?
Yes, like.
Did you sage her?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't like sage her, but she was in the whole house the whole time. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. I saged yesterday because I felt it coming. And I'm like, I got to do it. So I deep cleaned everything, scrubbed all the walls, the floors. I put the sage bundle in my air conditioner return vent because it sucks it through and it comes out every single vent in every single room. I had the doors open, the windows open for the spirits to get out. And I told them, anything negative, you are not welcome here. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. And then after that, things were kind of like really peaceful and quiet. Nice. So, yeah, It's a good time.
Nice. Okay. And then once the strange events moved indoors, they witnessed scratches all over the walls and what sounded like rats chewing on their wooden beds.
Was it rats?
No.
Oh. Okay.
They couldn't find any. They never could find any. When they would hear it,
Mm-hmm.
they never saw it. And
there were like no mouse dropping because it's very evident if you've got mice.
Yeah, they couldn't find any.
Okay.
They tried looking.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Okay, they didn't just say, well, it's got to be rats, and like didn't even try to.
Yeah, no, they tried,
Okay.
but they were like, they couldn't find nothing.
Okay.
So then it escalated to a voice speaking directly to them until it could be heard in every room of the house, while especially terrorizing John's youngest daughter, Betsy, with beatings that left her unconscious.
What?
Yeah, it really like tormenting Betsy. Betsy was like the main kid that you hear about. She's the one that's the famous picture is the queen of the haunted dell. It's called. We'll pull the picture when we post.
Yeah,
this.
we'll put it on Facebook.
But it's her.
Okay.
Children were pulled from their beds and unseen hands pinched and slapped.
Mm-mm. If something pinches me, I'm swinging. I'll connect with something.
And then one night, John and Lucy were woken up by Betsy's screams. They found her in her room with her hair tied to the bedpost, and she had red slap marks on her face.
What?
That ghost said, "I'm tying her up and I'm slapping with her hair."
I mean,
and be like, you know what? I'm gonna have make myself bald. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You ain't tying my hair to the bedpost, then, bitch.
That is hilarious, but also terrifying.
Uh-huh. Children swore their blankets were being ripped off at night and could see lights in the surrounding field. They were also repeatedly beaten by an invisible force and had the welts and bruises to prove it.
I was going to say bitten. God damn. Beaten.
And Betsy soon began to see a girl in a green dress swinging from a tree branch by her hands before disappearing into thin air.
Okay. Creepy.
It wasn't long before they heard the voice speak.
Okay.
What started as faint whispers turned to a full-blown voice. And it didn't just spew threats and profanities. It also cracked jokes and tried to partake in regular conversation. What? Yeah, that ghost is like, you know what? Since I'm pretty much in this house with y'all all the time, I'm just going to be a part of this conversation.
It started out, I'm going to fucking murder you. Fuck. Damn it. Shit. Hey, are we having macaroni for dinner?
Pretty much.
That is great. I like that.
And after several attempts to extract info from the spirit, she revealed her name was Kate.
Oh.
She also revealed she was only after one thing, killing John Bell.
Was Kate still alive during this time? Or had she passed? Or
It never said, so I honestly have no idea.
Okay.
But I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, I think because they thought she was a witch anyway, she could manifest.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I just didn't know, if she had passed and it was, her ghost exacting revenge, or...
I never did look that up, but I don't think so.
Okay.
My chai is watered down now.
My coffee's still good.
John had it the worst. Kate refused to leave him alone, and it was believed that she began poisoning him little by little until he finally died.
John?
Yes.
So the ghost poisoned him?
Yes.
His wife poisoned him. She was tired of the bullshit.
And she took credit for his death 3 years later on December 20th, 1820, when a vial was found next to his deathbed with a strange liquid inside.
The ghost Kate or
Ghost Kate.
Oh.
At his funeral, Kate made sure to let everyone know she was responsible for his death. Laughing and singing her way through the ceremony, everyone was convinced that the Bell Witch had killed him.
I am so confused.
Me too.
So Ghost Kate appeared to everybody that came to the funeral.
Well, she didn't appear. I think it was her voice. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know. It didn't give me much of any of that. It just said that.
I am confusion.
Yeah, it just said that. So I don't know.
Okay.
But it was the first time in American history a death was blamed on a supernatural entity and classified as such.
Okay.
And after John died, the activity in the house ceased, leading the Bells to believe Kate was gone for good.
Okay.
So they thought.
Yeah, okay.
In 1821, after Betsy got engaged to a young man named John Gardner, the girl swinging from the tree that she saw when she was little appeared again.
Okay.
Only this time, She warned Betsy not to marry Joshua and to return the ring. She was so shaken by this that she broke off the engagement and Gardner moved away.
So no
one-
backstory on
Nope.
why?
Nope.
Like to ruin Betsy's life, or because this
It did.
Garner guy was a bad guy?
It didn't say.
Okay.
It just said, yeah, you're not going to marry him.
Okay.
It didn't say why, nothing.
Okay.
The scariest part is not that a ghost terrorized a teenage girl or even that a ghost was held accountable for the death of a person. The scariest thing is that so many people have taken the Bell Witch story so seriously. It's not just a story, it's a well-documented event reported by a multitude of people. It's the most documented and evident ghost or haunting tales in American history.
Nice.
Many people, because you can visit the house and everything.
It's on my to-do list.
Yes. I mean, it's not that far either.
Where is it?
Adams, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. Tennessee's like 9 hours from here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Many people reported hearing the voice of the witch or hearing the scratches and knocks. Others also reported seeing strange animals and floating orbs of light in the surrounding woods. In the years after the haunting ended, the story was often shared and retold throughout the area. In Clarksville, Tennessee, newspaper publisher Martin V. Ingram would have heard the Bell story retold often as he was growing up. Over 50 years after the initial haunting, he would come into possession of a written account of Richard Williams Bell's experience of the haunting.
Okay. So he got like a journal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Titled Our Family's Trouble. Ingram used this as a primary source to publish an official, quote-unquote, account of the Bell Witch hauntings. Ingram's An Authenticated History of the Famous Bell Witch, published in Clarksville in 1894, is the first instance of the entire story being printed and sold to the public.
Okay.
Hauntings became so popular that even General Andrew Jackson decided to pay a visit to the family. So, like, when the family was still there.
Okay.
He brought a few of his men and rode into town to investigate. As the group reached the property line, their coach came to a halt and no one was able to get the horses to move.
Them horses said, fuck.
They said, I ain't moving another inch. Jackson said a voice had called out from the trees. All right, General, let the wagon move on. I will see you again tonight.
Nope.
As soon as the voices spoke, the horses began to move.
So it was like a barrier until the voice
Yeah.
said what it had to do. Okay.
Pretty
That's creepy. I don't like that.
And one of his men claimed to not be afraid of the witch and was bragging about how he was going to kill the witch. Of course, she showed up and beat him silly to teach him a lesson. She beat him and pulled him out by his nose.
Oh, wow. Like fingers and nostrils, or just like grabbed him by his nose?
Well, you see, like, just imaginary. Just you see him just being dragged out by his nose.
Oh,
Like, you don't see what's dragging him, but you see him getting dragged out by his nose.
gotcha.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And after he had been laid out, she added that she would take another man the next night. They weren't about to sit around and wait to get beat up by an invisible woman, so they left.
Oh, God. Okay.
They said, fuck that. And according to local lore, after she had gotten what she wanted, she retreated to a nearby cave where her evil spirit has been lying dormant ever since.
Okay, so that's why they call her the Bell Witch.
Yeah, that's why they call it the Bell Witch Cave.
Gotcha.
And the Bell Witch Cave is located on the property previously owned by the Bell family. And the cave has been shown to the public on tours. So, if you go to visit, as a warning, visitors are told not to bring anything into the cave or take anything out, as terrible things will happen.
You can't bring your phone in?
I mean, like, your phone, like, I guess your phone, I don't know.
Okay.
I guess nothing like that can, I don't know.
Okay.
Because one man allegedly took a small memento home, a rock that he got from the cave, and in 3 days, he lost his wife, his job, and his house.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, don't take the rock.
I mean, like, don't take anything, yeah, but like bringing something in, that part doesn't really make sense.
I don't know. I guess it's like, I don't know.
Okay.
It didn't really. I guess if you go visit, they'll explain better.
I would hope so.
But that's all I got.
Okay.
But the original family home was demolished in 1843. But an authentic replica with period accurate furnishing is available for tours. But the house is not located in the same spot as the original house. But it's on the same land.
No, thank you.
So it's more if everyone likes to go to the cave than the house.
Well, the cave is the original. I wouldn't want to go to a fucking dollhouse either. There's nothing authentic about it.
The Bell Witch theories. There are a few theories of who the Bell Witch is. So, main theory is that the events were made up to cover up John Bell's murder. Because as it turns out, Lucy Bell, his wife, was Kate Batt's aunt.
Called it.
So, theory number 1. Some believe that 2 plotted to murder John and created the witch phenomena to divert suspicion. Out of all the members of the Bell family, Lucy was always treated kindly by the witch, meaning to avoid the witch's wrath altogether. But if Lucy wanted to kill John, why would she torture the kids?
To make the story more believable.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah.
Because if her intention was to kill John and she only killed John, it would be really easy to trace that back.
Pretty much, yeah. Others claim Kate Batt, being the powerful witch everyone believed she was anyway, summoned a demon to torment the Bells after John took advantage of her family.
I'm going to say it's both. Both of those theories, yeah.
The demon was told to continue wreaking havoc on the Bells until John died, because apparently the family home was built over a Native American burial ground, which helped fuel the demon's presence in the house. Mm-hmm. Theory number 2. Another theory is that Betsy's eventual husband, Richard Powell, was so smitten by Betsy that he decided to create the witch to keep her from marrying Joshua Gardner.
Okay.
Richard Powell was a highly educated man who could have easily manipulated others to help him scare the Bells. Yet, this doesn't explain how the kids were beaten by an unseen force.
Alleged unseen force. They might have been just beaten, and the abuser told them, if you tell anybody what happened or don't agree with me saying that this is an invisible force, I'm going to do it worse. So I'm going to say theory number 1 is probably the best, most accurate one.
Yeah. So mystery of the Bell Witch may never be solved.
Incorrect. I just solved it.
Ghost Avengers.
Sack pickle bites.
What? So they got to go do the Bell Witch cave.
Okay.
So they met up with Walter Kirby, the owner of the property on which the cave resides. Mm-hmm. The little history that they got. First account of activity at the Bell Farm was written on June 6th, 1819, by a man passing through the area. After stopping for the night to rest, he wrote in a letter that the family sat together in wait of a dangerous witch, reading their Bibles in an attempt to ward off the demon.
Okay.
And again, it's believed that the farm and the cave is built upon an ancient Native American burial ground, and that angry spirits retaliated against the family for disturbing their remains.
Yeah, okay, I see that.
Because one of the children allegedly had dug into the burial ground, discovering a human skull, which they eagerly brought home to show the family.
Oh my God.
And one of the teeth came loose, and it slipped between the cracks of the floorboards where it couldn't be retrieved.
There you go.
Cementing the attachment to the house and the family.
Yep, for sure.
This is why you don't touch things.
Yeah, stop touching shit.
If you find something in the woods,
leave it the fuck alone.
Leave it in the woods.
Leave it the fuck. If you find anything buried, leave it the fuck alone.
Don't touch nothing.
No touch.
Youngest son, Richard Bell, kept a detailed diary of the hauntings, which included accounts of the entity eventually coming into the family home.
Okay.
And according to the diary, the witch took a special interest in the youngest daughter, Betsy Bell, frequently entering her room to hit, slap, pinch, and pull at her. To protect the family and Betsy, William Porter, John Bell's son-in-law, to whichever daughter,
not Betsy,
attempted to catch and kill the witch, wrapping a shadowy figure in a blanket and trying to throw it in the fire. Which you see, that's like the famous picture you always see when it comes to the Bell Witch, is a dude with holding the blanket, trying to get thrown into the fire. That's like the famous picture you see of the Bell Witch.
We will post that.
But he was like, let me throw it into the fire.
Okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense in his mind because of the Salem witch trials, burning them and whatever.
I guess, yeah. And William Porter III, the heroic man's direct descendant who still resides near Adams, Tennessee, was reportedly told that the attempt had failed because the witch had become unbearably heavy the closer he got to the fire.
Okay. Didn't fail because there wasn't a witch in the blanket or anything.
Nope, just because she got heavy.
Okay.
Bitch got fat.
She's like, let me swell real quick. Hold on.
According to the current owner, they frequently receive rocks in the mail with requests for them to return them to the...
okay.
So now, the owner's telling Zach they frequently receive rocks in the mail with requests for them to return them to the cave, often including some warning that they, a family member, or a friend had been injured or gotten extremely sick.
Okay, I was really confused for a minute.
Yeah, now we're like...
I was like,
today.
Is
like,
the witch sending them rocks? Is that like a threat?
No, sorry.
Gotcha. Okay.
I can't write notes, apparently.
So the assholes who took the rocks to begin with.
Yes.
Okay.
And Ghost Adventures were the first paranormal investigative show to be granted access to the cave.
Okay. Well, I got some strong opinions on them, but we'll see.
Leave Zach alone.
Okay, well, we're gonna talk about it in next week's episode.
So in the initial walkthrough of the cave, Zach spoke with Chris Kirby, another owner of the property. Formerly a skeptic, Chris was made a believer in the paranormal when she saw the spirit of a little boy. As she watched, he stepped forward and into a portal, disappearing and leaving Chris in shock.
Okay.
Evidence of burial sites and civilization within the cave and surrounding areas could indicate that it was indeed a sacred place and could have once been used as a spiritual pathway for indigenous people.
Okay.
And if one of the Bell children did indeed disturb such an important place, it could explain the severe repercussions.
Yeah.
And the child in question was likely Drury. I don't know why the heck you named your kid this. Drury.
Drury?
I guess. Bell. I don't know.
Okay.
They named their kid weird. So they brought a trigger object, which might get a response from the entity.
Okay.
And in this case, the object was William Porter III.
Okay.
The direct descendant of William Porter, the man who is said to have attempted to kill the witch.
Okay, that would probably trigger somebody or something for sure, yeah.
So before they even entered the cave, one of the camera and mic stands they had set up at the beginning caught a strange echoing voice.
Of course it did.
And the voice said, "Listen to me."
Mm-hmm. I'm listening.
So they sent William into the cave on his own, and they played a device that emits a very low infrasound, which might be able to tap into the frequency of the spiritual world hidden within the rock of the cave.
Okay.
And as they played the sound, lights began to appear in the cave, seemingly responding to their vibrations, and William, equipped with a camera and a hard hat, entered the cave.
Hard hat? That's probably a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, you're going in a cave with rocks. I'd wear a hard hat, too.
Yeah.
Because I think when you visit, you have to wear a hard hat.
Well, I mean,
when
if
you go
it's
in
a
the cave,
like, I would be concerned about rocks and stuff.
Yeah, so I think when you visit, they give you a hard hat to wear when you go through the cave.
So when you visit, don't have like a really neat hairdo because it's not going to last long.
Nope.
Okay.
And deep in the cave, he asked for the spirit to take his hand. And in response, a rock falls or is thrown deep within the cave. And the more he spoke, the more rocks began to fall, and at a rapid rate, until his audio picks up a strange grunting sound.
That ghost is like, fuck no, I don't want your hand.
Yeah, I said, I don't want to take your hand now. And then Billy headed into the cave and discovered that some of the equipment was flashing frantically to indicate the presence of a strong energy field. And as they began to ask questions, the equipment began to flash in response. And then, wanting to further connect to the spirits, and Aaron put himself in a meditative state.
Aaron is always doing too much.
And as the rest of the crew filmed him with thermal technology, a cold blue mass began to form around his body, and what looked like a head with two horns seemed to appear behind him. And immediately upon leaving the meditative state, the strange blue beam disappeared.
Okay.
And then suddenly, Billy began to experience severe back pain and suddenly became emotional at the thought of the desecrated burial site they may have been standing in. And so Billy, distraught, quickly exited the cave.
Good.
And then after an hour or so of recovering, the crew decided to split up. Zach and Aaron locked themselves in the Bell Witch Cave.
Of course they did.
And then Billy and Jay traveled to the hidden gravesite of John Bell, which sits in the very same spot the Bell family home once stood, and where John was poisoned by the witch.
Mm-hmm.
And then nearing the end of the night, Zach asked for the witch to show herself in the form of a ball of light. Suddenly captured on one of Zach's cameras, he saw ball of light shoot towards him through the darkness. Strangely, this was the only ball of light to appear throughout the entire time spent in the cave. And even more shocking, Zach's recorder picked up a voice at the exact moment the light sped past him, clearly saying, "Here I come."
Here I come.
Here I come.
I'm here. What now?
And then, so they were able to conclude that the area is indeed a hotbed of paranormal activity, despite the torturous hauntings of the Bell family above ground ending 200 years ago. The continued reports and evidence of hauntings within the cave suggest that there could well be a spirit or spirits residing in its depths.
Okay. Some stuff I didn't know in there. So this week, my story is going to be the Enfield Horror / Enfield Monster. This refers to reports of an unidentified creature around Enfield, Illinois in 1973. The reports were covered by the news media at the time, with some suggesting they may have been caused by a wild ape or an escaped kangaroo.
How you go from an ape to a kangaroo? The hell?
Yeah, it's like two completely different. They look different. They're different species. Like, they don't move the same. So I don't know. But that was, well, we kind of get into why the kangaroo theory. But that's what they thought it could have been. So the story goes, on 10 p.m. on April 25th of 1973, Henry McDaniel returned home to find his children terrified by a quote-unquote thing that had tried to break into their house through a door and a window-mounted air conditioning unit. He then heard like a scratching sound at his front door. He looked out and saw what appeared to be a bear. So we've got an ape-like creature, a bear, and a kangaroo. Okay. They couldn't figure out what the fuck this was.
Okay.
So he grabbed a gun and a flashlight and saw the creature between two rose bushes, like when he went out onto his porch looking for it.
Why would you go outside?
I mean, if it was a bear, to kill it, I guess, because it was trying to break into the house.
I still don't go outside.
Yeah, well, people are not smart. I don't know.
Clearly.
He later said it had 3 legs. This is a quote. He later said, and I quote, "It had 3 legs on it, a short body, 2 little short arms, 2 pink eyes as big as flashlights. It stood 4.5 feet tall and was a grayish color."
4.5.
4.5 feet tall.
Yes, because that's totally a bear, an ape, and a kangaroo.
Yeah, I don't know.
A rabbit.
He later added that it was almost like a human body.
What?
So it's like 5 different things all in one. It's an ape, kangaroo, bear,
alien-looking creature,
alien human.
The fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. McDaniel claims that he fired 4 shots at the creature, 1 shot hitting it and causing it to make a hiss, quote, much like a wildcat, before fleeing towards a nearby railway embankment covering 50 feet in only 3 jumps. That's a long distance for 3 jumps. That's why they're thinking possibly kangaroo, but kangaroos can't even clear that.
Yeah, kangaroos can't jump that, but
no. But he's saying that this thing jumped that fast.
Alien.
He called the local authorities, who discovered footprints in the soft earth near the house, which McDaniel described as dog-like in shape. So we've got a bear, kangaroo, alien, human,
ape, dog,
cat, because it hissed like a cat. So it's 7 different entities that this thing is being described as. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. With 6 toe pads. So it was a 6-toed ape, kangaroo, bear, alien, human, cat, dog.
The fuck?
With 6 toes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
At the time, police considered McDaniel to be rational and sober in his reporting of the incident.
Oh, they were like,
he's not drunk.
Yeah, they're like, you're not drunk, you're not on drugs, so
right.
Okay.
Yeah, he stated to the press and authorities that if they do find it, they'll find more than one, and they won't be from this planet. I can tell you that.
Okay, that's gonna make them think he's on drugs playing that shit.
I would think so, but he apparently was not. Investigators
could have been smoking something.
Huh?
Ow!
Yeah.
Could have been smoking something.
Investigators interviewing nearby residents were told that Greg Garrett, a 10-year-old neighbor boy of McDaniel's, claimed to encounter the creature a half hour prior. And he said that the creature had stepped on his feet, tearing his shoes to shreds. The boy admitted later that the story was a hoax and he was just trying to mess with Mr. McDaniel and the law enforcement.
I'm about to say, because yes, because that thing just stepped on your feet and like
only tore up your shoes, left your shoes shredded, but didn't leave any marks on your feet.
No.
Unless you're wearing a size like 10 shoe and you wear a normal size 2, there's no way. But they believed it initially, and then he came out and said, just kidding.
That's the fact that they believed a 10-year-old.
On May 6, McDaniel called a radio station, WWKI, claiming to have seen the creature again at 3 a.m. that morning. He said it was negotiating the trestles of the railroad tracks near his home. And McDaniel said, quote unquote, I saw something moving out on the railroad track and it just stood there. I didn't shoot at it or anything. It started on down the railroad track. It wasn't in a hurry or anything.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. He apparently saw it. It saw him, and instead of him shooting at it, it just kind of stared at him and then turned around and started walking like he didn't give a fuck about anything. And McDaniel just stood there like...
This dude has to be on drugs. I don't know. Or something. What?
Well, WWKI's news director, Rick Rainbow, explored the area later that day and reported observing an ape-like creature standing in an abandoned building near McDaniel's house.
Does it only want McDaniel?
Well, I mean, its hideout, I guess, is near his home, so it makes sense that he would be the main one to see it. And also, he's been looking for it, so...
Don't look for it. Quit looking for it, dude.
Yeah, don't look for something, because you're going to find it.
Exactly.
So these people, they went out and they're like, okay, well, let's go kind of investigate this story and see what we can find. And they're claiming that they saw an ape-like creature just chilling in a building over by the McDaniel house.
Okay.
Yeah. They claim to have made a recording of the creature's cries and fired a shot at it before it fled.
Did they say what it sounded like?
No.
Lame.
Yeah, but cryptozoologist Lauren Coleman, I think it might be Coleman. I put Coleman with an N, but it is whatever. Cryptozoologist Lauren Coleman investigated the case and the sound recordings, but it never said like what they found on the recordings, if it was legitimate or if it was just these people fucking around or anything like that.
Can we find the recording?
I couldn't find it.
Dang it.
Yeah. I couldn't really find a whole lot on this story. This one's going to be very short.
Oh, okay.
2 days later, which was a day after McDaniel interviewed on the local radio, the local press reported that police were called to investigate other reports of gunfire and arrested 5 young men from out of town who had come to Enfield in order to photograph the creature.
Yep.
Yeah, so this was like kind of, I'm not going to say national news, but this was like news that had spread from this area to other areas. People were like, "Ooh, I want to go see if I can find it, catch it, make it a trophy." These 5 men were all carrying shotguns and rifles, quote unquote, for protection. The men...
From what? They don't even know what it is.
Well, the men claimed to see the creature, so they were protecting themselves from the creature. That's why they had all these guns.
Yeah, it's because it looked at Matt McDaniel and kept walking.
Right, like it's obviously not... Well, I'm not going to say obviously not dangerous because it was trying to break into his house where his children were. But out of all of these encounters, it never tried to charge anybody or attack anybody. It's just trying to fucking live its life. And, maybe
Leave it alone.
Maybe he was hungry. Maybe he was trying to get to the refrigerator.
Give him an apple with ketchup.
Yeah, give him ketchup with apples.
What? That's so gross.
Or prune cake.
No.
Without the arsenic. Aqua Tofana. White County, the sheriff of White County, dismissed reports of this incident, saying that the men were just, quote unquote, out drinking and raising hell. So the sheriff is like, they didn't see anything. There was nothing to be seen.
They drunk.
They're just drunk. They're making up stories. They didn't see this animal, this creature. They were just firing off into the darkness, thinking that maybe they saw something. They were just out there causing chaos and having fun, basically. An Ohio man... So here's where the kangaroo part comes in, okay?
Okay.
An Ohio man had reached out to the local newspaper stating that the creature may have been his pet kangaroo, Macy, who had been lost or stolen the year prior. So it was a man in the area-ish.
For one, why does someone in Ohio have a kangaroo?
I don't know.
As
but
a pet.
he had one apparently. So it got lost and or stolen, and so he thinks that whoever took it is the reason that it's out there.
Okay.
So that's where the kangaroo part came in. McDaniel was adamant that it was not a kangaroo because he claimed to have owned one while on military service in Australia.
Why the heck did he own a kangaroo?
I guess because that's what you do when you're in Australia. Any Australian listeners, like, is that something that people do? Like, Americans specifically, do they come over there and, like, just get a kangaroo and be like, hey, I'm going to have this?
They can freaking kick you across the room, little jacked up
they can kill you.
Some jacked up rabbit.
Yeah. I mean, I held a baby kangaroo one time. It was so cute. And I got pictures of it.
Oh.
Some people stated that McDaniel just had a notoriously overactive imagination and had probably just been shooting at shadows, like shadows of a bush or shadows of a tree. But how would that explain them being on the tracks?
That's true.
Like the first night, yeah, I can see that it was dark.
Well, how far away? Oh, the tracks are far away.
They're not that far.
Oh.
It's like a mile maybe.
Oh.
You know, it's like when he was coming home or leaving or whatever, they're not far. It's like near his property.
Oh, I don't know.
And normally like railroad tracks do not have stuff around it because the train can hit it. It's dangerous. Like a tree could fall and whatever. So I don't know. But apparently he is a notorious storyteller. So people are just thinking that he just was bored.
That's what
maybe
happens when you're a boy who cried wolf all the time.
Right. Sociologies or sociologists, because I don't know what I typed and what's supposed to be right, from Western Illinois University studied the case an example of social contagion, and that is where group emotions and suggestibility can cause a collective belief in something even if it's not real.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So like you hear about something so much or somebody thinks they had like a similar experience that they just kind of believe it to be true.
That makes sense.
Yeah. They concluded that there were no more than 3 first-hand reports, one of which had been a lie told by the child, which were amplified by media coverage and local gossip. So it would have been McDaniel's claim, the 5 men that were hunting for it, and then the radio station people. Those were the 3 quote-unquote legitimate ones.
Kid don't count.
Yeah, the kid doesn't count because he did come out and say, hey, I lied about that. But also, I think they probably aren't counting the 5 men because the sheriff said, no, they were drunk. You know, so that one's not like a legitimate one. Nobody else was drunk when they saw this. So I think that's why it's only saying 3. To this day, people in Enfield area still believe that something unknown is stalking the woods. As early as 2022, so just 3 years ago, Zach D. Sterrick of Southern Illinois Monster Hunters reported seeing a creature matching the Enfield Horror's description near Enfield. He described it as gray, hairless, with a reptilian head and 3rd leg or tail moving swiftly across the road.
So the 3 legs could be a tail.
And that's why they're saying kangaroo. Because, you know, the tail sits on the ground and it could look like a 3rd leg.
But kangaroos don't have reptilian heads.
No, but I mean, that's part of the reason they're saying kangaroo.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense now. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, McDaniel also did say it had a 3rd leg. But he didn't say it was like an enlarged leg or something that was bigger than the other 2 legs, which, I mean, kangaroo, the tail is much larger than the leg.
Yeah.
So they're still kind of sticking with kangaroo, reptilian, ape-like dog, cat, alien, human creature. Yeah. There's like 15 different descriptions of what this thing is. However, now it is believed most likely to be like just a tale you tell around a campfire. Like nothing. That was the only sighting since McDaniel saw it in 1973.
Yeah.
So from 73 to 22, there has been just one sighting of this creature in the area. So that's why a lot of people are kind of like, no, you know, it's just like one of those fun little stories to tell if you're from the area, I guess. So, sorry that my story was so short this week. My next stories for the next 2 weeks are going to be significantly longer. So our next ones are going to be quite long. So here's like a little short one for you guys. It's like a little breather from the past episodes and the upcoming episodes because they are slightly rough. So, Again, thank you guys for supporting us. Thank you for listening. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/hauntedandhomicidal. You can subscribe to our Patreon, show us some love that way at patreon.com/hauntedandhomicidal. And of course, if you guys have any suggestions or stories of your own that you would like to share and possibly have us read on air if you are a Patreon subscriber, you can go ahead and email those to us at hauntedandhomicidal@gmail.com. So just whatever you guys, want to share, we're here to listen and read, and maybe you'll get lucky and be featured on the podcast one day this week, not this week, one day on an episode. But other than that, I think we are going to bounce out. Okay, bye.
Bye.